So factors affecting that is affecting this your strength or an individual strength. First is speed of muscle contraction, whereby more slowly a muscle contract, the more force can create. Okay, this is strength. It's not speed. Okay, that's the difference between speed and strength. Length of muscle fiber. If the muscle is slightly stretched, it is in the best position to create its maximum force. Length of muscle fiber. Age of the performer. Okay, an older person or an older individual. Okay, will be weaker. Okay, he or she has a weaker or less strength. Okay, performance compared to younger people. Strength peaks in performance aged between 20 and 30. This is the sweet spots of age. Okay, in between at your age right now. Okay, I believe you guys are like 20-ish right now, less than 25 perhaps. Okay, this is the peak of your muscle strength. Warm up will influence your strength, whereby that's why in our field we are emphasizing before we are doing any activity, we try to do a functional warm up. Okay, at least to warm your muscle fiber, because this is related to the uh, literally your flexibility and your elasticity of your muscle fiber. Fiber type. Okay, fast twitch or wide type of muscles fibers are capable to generate a greater strength output than that slow twitch or red fibers in your muscle. Okay, cross-sectional area. The larger the muscle, the greater the strength potential. Okay, if you, for example, if you compare your hamstring and your bicep muscles, okay, so your hamstring muscle will generate more strength compared to your bicep muscle. Sex of the performer, males generally have a greater muscles. Why? Because males have testosterone hormone. So this literally distinguish between male compared to their counterparts of females because of the influence of hormone. Joint angle around the muscle. For each joint angle in movement, there is an optimal angle for the creation of strength. So if you can see your hip joint, okay, compared to the saddle joint, or perhaps your your elbow joint, your hip joint will generate because it's more movable, it's more flexible, it's more room to generate the 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 force. Okay, because it's a round the socket head of the type of joint. Therefore, it's more general. I mean, more strength or force will be generated in that kind. It depends on the joint angle around the muscle. Okay, because in biomechanics, okay, if it's like 108, 360, there's a more muscle attached, the insertion part, okay, is more greater force that will be generated, that kind of angle compared to uh per se your elbow joint. Okay, it's just uh the probably the highest angle that it could achieve, probably about uh 90%, 45 degrees, 60 degrees. Okay, so therefore elbow joint angle will have a very limited joint force because it's limitation in terms of a joint angle around the muscle. Muscular endurance is the ability of your group muscle to sustain repeated contraction against a resistance for an extended period of time. Muscular endurance, whereby it's normally in the face of fatigue factors, whereby in muscular endurance, how long can you sustain to do a specific movement? That's the other words. Okay, what are the muscle these factors? More on local muscular endurance. Okay, the LME is a specific, whether it's a small or larger group. And factors affecting muscular endurance are tolerance of waste products, your lactic acid, your aerobic capacity, and fiber type. So muscular endurance, that I can say, when you conduct 1 minute push up, okay, that kind of test that will be considered to test your muscular endurance, okay, because it's a continuous activity at a certain limit whereby a fatigue will influence your performance. That's muscular endurance, okay. These are type of activity that you will do during the class next week. Flexibility. Flexibility refers to the ability of to whether your joint, okay, easily move your joint through their range of motion or room, range of motion, ROM, okay. It can be static or dynamic, okay, of flexibility. So flexibility may be dynamic, is a moving flexibility, or static, stationary flexibility. Generally, it means that generally when uh, it needs to be dynamic, so it's often combined with speed to create agility. So this is how the flexibility will influence your agility and your perhaps your power. Okay, so dynamic flexibility, this kind of questions that I will ask you guys in the next class next week. So factors affecting flexibility, your age, okay, uh, throughout the years progression of your age, okay, your flexibility literally will decrease due to your flexibility, your elasticity of your muscles, your joint, okay. So therefore an older person, an older individual will have a decrease of flexibility throughout the years of him or her living. The sex, okay, females are generally more flexibility because of their structure, their bone structure, their body structure, joint structure and type. More stable the joint is, the less flexible your literally your joint, in terms of whereby if you see at your elbow joint is a more literally less flexible compared to your shoulder joints. That's the example. Resting muscle length, shortened muscles will lead or will cause a less flexibility. Okay, that's for when you are dynamic. That's for in our field, when we want to improve the flexibility of the muscles before an activity, we do a dynamic warm up, okay, uh, before the individual starts their activity. Muscle temperature, literally higher temperature of your muscle fiber will lead to increase of flexibility. Somatotype, okay, an obese person literally will have a less flexibility compared to uh, whom, I mean, compares to those who are uh, at their ideal body weight, okay, because less fats will hinder your flexibility. Injury due to scar, perhaps, okay, if you have a hamstring injured, okay, there will be a scar on your muscle uh, once you recovered from your injury. That internal scar will hinder your flexibility in terms of your uh, hamstring muscle. So uh, that's why in sport therapy or sport rehab, okay, uh, the therapist or perhaps the athletic trainer will give an emphasizing on the stretching, okay, when you are injured, you're having a tearing or an injury. So uh, that because they want to improve the flexibility of the muscle, okay, because once your fiber is injured, tear or torn, okay, uh, the connective tissue is a bit haywire, okay, so it will limit your flexibility, and therefore the therapist or the athletic trainer will emphasize on the to have more stretching, okay, during the recovery or during the rehabilitation session. Skin resistance, okay, uh, it will limit the flexibility. Okay, skin resistant. Genetically, some of you guys will literally have that genetic limitation, and perhaps therefore, okay, when you see an older person with this the when their skin is like literally not elastic enough, okay, uh it will lead to less flexibility on the skins of that individual. Okay, older people tend to have a very limitation on this because of their elasticity of the skin. The bone, okay, bone will provide a structural limit to flexibility. Okay, if you still remember what you have learned throughout in this course in the previous semester, if you have heard the term of the Q angle, that kind of limitation of the structural limitation between gender. So therefore, that's why uh, gender will like literally differentiates your flexibility factors. Okay, factors that affecting flexibility between genders. So bone structure also will lead to your flexibility performance. Body composition, literally, okay. Uh, if you have heard the somatotype, okay. Uh, so this is where one of the components that body type that will in the components of health related fitness, the makeup of lean and fat tissue in the body. Lean tissue is composed of muscles, bone, and organs, whereby fat tissue is composed of essential and storage fats, both necessary of the body to function and non-essential fat. But okay, with a certain uh, percentage that either can be considered as an ideal. Okay, and then normal person, this is and that's why it's called a range. Okay, certain range which we will discuss. We will have a look on this body fat percentage for a normal males, for a normal female, and perhaps for the elite athlete. This is the range of percentage for ideal for them. Okay, for elite athlete, or perhaps in a special population for an older person. Okay, old generation of the vets. Okay, the old person, what kind of minimal percent that they require. But perhaps female also need a minimal percent of percentage, because it relates to the production, the secretion, the process of hormone and enzyme, certain hormone and enzyme in the body. Therefore, fat is essential, but in a certain range of percentage. So factors affecting on the body composition is age. Okay, composition changes due to hormonal factors. Sex, females generally have a greater percent of proportion of body fat. Genetic, inherited or predetermined factors. Diet, energy intake that is higher or lower than emerging expenditure will increase or decrease body fat. And training, it will determine how the body will adapt as a result of the training. All in all, body composition also leads from your external factors. Okay, so if you have a very low physical activity, or perhaps literally the diets, okay, I mean, it's not a balanced diet or ideal daily diet, it will lead uh, to you becoming an obese person. So skill related fitness, the components, this lecture, I will have to postpone it until we meet next week. So at least we have a longer period of time for 3 hours class. All right. All in all, this is the content for today. Okay, guys, is there any question at this moment? Question, guys? All right. I know it's very difficult, an online class. Okay. I love physical class actually. Okay. because we have
Me too,
more.
doctor. Me too.
Yeah, because we have more interaction in the class. I can have like impromptu question related to this lecture. No worries. Okay, we will meet next week. I also have. I mean, like, I'm eager to meet you guys next week. Okay, so no question at this moment, guys.
Doctor, the slide is in Spectrum, right?
I will post it on Spectrum and I will post it in the group too. Right?
Okay, thank you, doctor.
So I will post in the group and I will post on Spectrum. No worries. Any other question?
No, doctor.
No. Okay. Who is Z? What's your real name, Z?
Zahra.
Come again? Zahra?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Are you at home right now?
No, I'm outside.
Okay, okay. No worries. As long you're attending this guy. Okay, guys. From me, this is all for this week. We will meet face to face next week. Okay. If you have any question, please let me know in the group. Okay. For those who are celebrating Hari Raya, it's not too late for me to wish you guys Selamat Hari Raya. Okay. Eid Mubarak. For those who are not celebrating it, okay. Happy holiday, happy uh, not a not a semester break, a very short break. Okay, happy holiday during this festive, and we will meet you guys next week. Okay, are you guys taking my my sport industry class? Any of you guys? Anyone in this group taking sport industry? I believe no. Okay.
I
All
think
right.
not, doctor.
Ah, sorry, Adila.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, guys. That's all for today. We'll meet next week. All right.
All right, thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. Okay, I will
Thank
post
you,
it
doctor.
soon.
Thank you,
Thank you,
doctor.
doctor.
You're welcome.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Raza.
Thank you,
Welcome.
doctor.
All right.
Thank you,
Take care.
doctor.
Have a good day.
Thank you, doctor.